Okay, so you've definitely heard of fake currency notes, right? But have you ever heard of fake coins? Yeah, I know, it sounds kind of crazy, almost impossible. But believe it or not, it's the key to a massive criminal enterprise that we are going to unravel right now. And look at this. At first glance, they look pretty much identical, don't they? And well, that's the whole point. This wasn't just some simple counterfeit job. Oh no, this was a huge crime hiding in plain sight. And the story of how it all got uncovered, it's even more wild. Let's talk numbers. 30 crore rupees. I mean, that's just a staggering amount of money, right? 300 million. And that's how much one woman and her gang apparently raked in, get this, in just 3 months. And they did it all by making these tiny, seemingly worthless fake coins. So the big question is, how did this whole thing even come to light? Well, the story of how this entire empire came crashing down, it all starts with one police investigation in a place called Faridabad. Okay, so it all kicked off with a secret tip. Someone, an informant, called up the Faridabad police and told them about this one specific car. This car was making drops of fake coins at a local toll plaza. And we're not talking about a one-off deal here. This was happening every single day. You know, the police didn't mess around. They acted on it immediately. They set up surveillance at the toll plaza, laid a trap, and just waited for their target to show up. And when the car finally rolled up, it looked totally normal. Just, you know, a regular family car. For a second, the police probably thought their intel was bad. But then they popped the trunk, and what they found inside was anything but ordinary. Inside that car, the police found sacks, just overflowing with fake coins. We're talking 2.5 lakh rupees worth. Now just think about that for a second. That's not in neat little bundles of notes. That's in heavy, clunky bags of counterfeit change. So they bring the driver in for questioning. And of course, her story just completely falls apart. She ended up confessing to everything. She told them about this hidden factory in Bahadurgarh, where she and 3 partners were literally minting these fake coins. And boom, with that one confession, the entire case just blew wide open. But here's the crazy part. That bust in Faridabad, that was just the tip of the iceberg. It was like pulling a loose thread that ended up unraveling this massive, sprawling, nationwide network of counterfeiters. Pretty soon, police were finding similar setups all over the country. I mean, in Udaipur, they found a factory hidden inside a regular house, but with an 11-ton coin-making machine inside. Then in Haryana, another raid turned up 4 more machines and over 500 kilos of raw materials. The scale of this operation was just massive. Okay, but this brings up a really interesting question, right? Why would anyone go to all this trouble for something as small as a coin? Well, the answer, like it often is, comes down to one simple thing: profit. And in this case, massive profits. You see, what these criminals did was basically create the world's most profitable and illegal startup. It was a classic low-risk, high-reward business, and it was all built on one simple but brilliant idea. Nobody, and I mean nobody, ever stops to check their coins. They went after places with a high turnover of cash, like toll plazas, places that always need a ton of change. So, just how profitable are we talking? Well, get this. The estimated cost to make a single fake 5 rupee coin was just 50 paise. That's it, 50 paise. What that means is for every single 5 rupee coin they put out there, they were making a crazy profit of 4.5 rupees. That is an insane return on investment. It's almost unheard of. And, you know, when you start flooding the market with millions of these things, it's not just simple theft anymore. It's like a quiet poison to the economy, slowly eating away at the trust we all have in the money we use every single day. All right, so we've looked at the crime, we've seen the crazy profits, but now let's get to the really practical part, the part that affects you. How can you spot a fake coin that might be sitting in your pocket right at this very moment? And I'm serious, I want you to actually do this with me. If you can, pause for a second and grab a 10 rupee coin from your wallet or pocket, because we're about to go through 5 super clear signs that will help you tell the difference between a real one and a fake. You got one? Okay, let's do this. Let's break it down. First thing, look for the rupee symbol. A real coin will have it, but a lot of fakes just have the number 10. Got that? Okay, next count the little strips on the golden ring. A real one has exactly 10. Fakes, they often have 15. All right, now look at the number 10 itself. On a real coin, it should cross over both the silver and the gold parts. On the fakes, it's usually just stuck in the silver center. Now flip it over to the back. On a real coin, the words Bharat and India are written separately. On fakes, they're often kind of squished together. And for the final check, look really close at the Ashoka lion emblem. The fakes sometimes have a thin horizontal line above and below it. A real coin won't have that. So we've walked through the crime, we've seen the huge network, and now you even know how to spot a fake. But the real story here isn't just about the criminals. It's about us. It's about all those tiny little transactions we make every single day and the trust we blindly put into them. Because here's the bottom line. This entire scam works for one reason and one reason only. We're just not paying attention. These criminals are smart, you gotta give them that. They switched from notes to coins because they knew we'd all inspect a 500 rupee note, but we barely even glance at the coins we get back as change. And that really brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with. After everything we've just talked about, I have to ask you, which coin is in your pocket? Seriously, take a moment, check your change, and see for yourself.